Hello guys, so this is a drawing for the You Matter painting. This painting here, so we're starting with the neck. We're doing a parentheses shape, and not a harsh parentheses, just a slight curve. Then the V in the middle of our parentheses for her chin, and then come around curve for her face. And we're only drawing the lower half of her face because the rest will be covered up by the flowers. So this is the lower half of her face. And now I'm drawing her lips. I'm going to start on her left upper lip, and I'm drawing a hump that curves down. And then for her right side of her upper lip, I'm starting a little bit lower than where the first line began so that there's a little overlap, and I'm doing the same hump that curves down. Now I'm drawing a hump where these intersect for her upper lip, and then a curve, and then a curve. And that is her upper lip. All right, and now for her lower lip, I'm going to the corners of her mouth, and I'm just coming down into this shape. I'm just connecting the corners of her mouth with this bottom curve for her lower lip. And that is her lips. You can draw your lips whatever shape, size you want them to be, but this is all I'm doing for her face. And now I'm going to draw the flowers. I'm going to make sure this time I draw my flowers low so that it's covering up anything where her nose would be. So for the first rose, I'm drawing a big circle. Just a large circle there. Erasing this line. I'm just drawing a large circle. We're not doing any details yet. The details will be done in the painting. I'm going to do the center circle for the sunflower here because I just want to make sure that all this area is covered up. And I'm going to large petals. And to draw the petals, I'm just doing large circles. I'm going to stop this petal here because I want it to go behind the rose. If you want your sunflower to go over your rose, you would continue that petal on top of it. Large, oval, circular shapes for the sunflower. All right, that's my sunflower. That's all I'm doing for that. For the flower with 4 petals, I'm drawing my center here. And then I'm just doing 4 large circles for the petals. Just 4 large circles. We're only drawing circles. Make it as big or as small as you want them to be, or as many petals or as few petals as you want them to have. And then for the other rose, I'm just going to draw another large circle up here. And for the blue daisies, or whatever color you want your daisies to be later on, but for the daisies, I'm drawing an oval shape and the petals. But the petals are only on one side. And then same thing over here, oval shape, and then the petals. And these are just circles, just oval circles, y'all. Super easy to do. And now for down here, I'm going to draw my shape for the You Matter, and it's just a random blob. I'm drawing a hump, curve, hump, curve. Every time I draw these blobs, they look different, but that's how mine looks. And then I'm doing a different shape over here. It's gonna have 1, 2, 3 humps on that side. And then 1, 2 on this. And that's where I'm going to write the words You Matter. So this is it. Everything else will be painted. This is all you need to draw ahead of time. Hey y'all. Hey. Start with my little intro, and you guys paint your backgrounds while I'm talking. My background is baby blue. I mixed blue with white to make this color. I use my large size brush, which can be found right here. use your large size brush to paint your background. On the bottom, I tell you guys all the time, you can use whatever colors you want. You can customize this any way you want. You can get as creative, as out there as you want to. I actually encourage it. I don't want your painting to end up looking exactly like mine, because then that just would be crazy, because even when I do these things twice, they don't look the exact same. So don't stress about trying to get your painting to look exactly like mine, or trying to get it perfect. There's no perfection when it comes to art. It's just, you know, satisfying and fun to paint, and then you just surprise yourself with making something beautiful. Should still be painting your background. Note, do not make your background too thick, because if you make it too thick, it'll take too long to dry. And also with acrylic paint is all about painting in layers, and you have to let that first layer dry before you can move on. So our background has to be completely dry before we can start on our sketch. So in order to make sure that your background completely dries quick enough, make sure you're not painting in too thick layers. If you can see blobs of paint or like ridges and just really thick paint on your canvas, then it is too thick. And you can thin it out by dipping your brush in water and putting water on your canvas to thin it out. Or if you just like, girl, I done put the whole tub of paint on my canvas, I don't know what to do, take a paper towel and literally just wipe some of that paint off, and that'll thin it out. So yeah, since my background is already painted, I'm just going to wait a little bit for you guys to get to a point where yours is dry. Make sure that you don't spend too much time painting your background too, because if you just keep working on it and keep working on it, it will never dry. And you would just be sitting here like waiting for your canvas to dry, and we would have painted half of our picture. So make sure that you don't spend too much time putting that paint on the canvas. All right, and the paints that we are using are red, yellow. I have a big tub of yellow today just because. Blue, black, and white, and brown. And then for our brushes, we have a large size brush, a medium size brush, and a small size brush. So that is what we're working with